Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to another video here on my channel. My name is Hazeeq and we're going to be taking a look at Solana. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one so that you have more context. Let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, as you can see, we dipped into this major support block that we have from $18.20 down to $12.06. We've had this on the charts for a very long time, and this block is based off of this trading range that we created back in 2021. So in February that year, we had a little retracement, a little pump here to $18.20. Then we retraced back down to $12.06, and from there we saw a move to the upside and we continued into the bull market. And after a while, a year ago or so, or a year after that, we come back down and we start retesting those levels. Actually more than a year, I should say, almost 2 years. And we retested once, we have a move to the upside, second retest, and now with a third retest, we're once again dipping into the block. Now we do want to hold it as support, because if we start losing the bottom of the block, we're potentially going to start entering the next block that we have below us, which is set up between $9.86 down to $7.66 based off of the trading range that we also have in February. Now we retested that briefly back in January this year. That was an amazing entry, and we were also targeting this way before we dipped. So from there we made we had a nice 233% move to the upside, and since that local high, we're already down 51%. So for anyone looking to enter Solana, these are good prices, because if you were accumulating Solana during the previous bull market and you're buying at $100 or $50, $60, right now is your chance to average in and bring down that average price. So that's what we should be focused on during this bear market. We want to get as many coins as we can, and we want to get the average buy-in price as low as possible. Now, let's take a look at the daily RSI. You can see that we retraced all the way down here to the support that we were targeting. And we had this trend line obviously for quite a while, and 27.6 roughly on the RSI was our target, and we met that pretty accurately. What we can do now, just to kind of ease it up a bit, we can have a trend line, and we can have a support block is what I wanted to say. So this is going to be the support block that we are going to be targeting from now on. So every single time you enter that, you're going to have a move to the upside based on, the previous history that we have. From January 2022, we saw a move to the upside. We had a bounce in May last year, a bounce in November last year, a bounce in December last year, and once again a bounce in June right now. So this is going to be your major support block moving forward. Now we do have a bullish divergence playing out right now. The RSI is printing pretty much a double bottom here, while the price action is printing a higher low. Now this is a bullish divergence, and usually we do end up with a move to the upside after that, and this is exactly what we're seeing over here. And we are potentially going to be running into the yellow resistance trend line that we have. As you can see, we had a bounce from there in August last year, in November last year, a bit of a fake out here in April into May, and then June we dropped below the trend line once again. So potentially, if you're looking for a swing trade, you could take profits at the top of this block and at this yellow resistance trend line. So we could retest both of those resistance levels at the same time and have a move back down. But like I said, holding this low here is going to be extremely important. If we end up dumping below that, we're going to be looking at more targets to the downside. Now, what would those targets be? We can set up a Fibonacci retracement from the swing high that we have here in February this year down to the swing low that we printed back in December 7 months ago. And you can see that our minimal target is going to be $7.34, and the 1.618 target is going to be $5.19. So these are going to be our major levels if we end up losing the December 2022 low. So that's something to keep in mind, but for now, we're not targeting that, obviously, because we haven't lost the low. Let's switch over to the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart, you can see that we are creating some sort of an ascending support trend line here. We also have the same descending resistance trend line that we just looked at on the daily chart. So once we are in this apex here, there's a good chance that we're going to see a break to the upside. And it also lines up perfectly with our August/September prediction for a bull trap. Now, if we take a Fibonacci retracement from the presumed bear market low at the moment to the swing high, which is our bull market peak in 2021, we get our 1.272 target at $598. That is going to be our bull market target for now, based off of this low and this high. If we go lower than this low, obviously the Fibonacci retracement targets are going to shift a bit, because that's going to be the new low, right? If we end up going there. But for now, this is what we have. And obviously the golden ratio and the 0.5, the golden pocket there is going to be a massive level for us to retest once we're going to be breaking to the upside. So potentially, if things go very bullish this August, we could even run into that level there, into $50 roughly, and have a back test of resistance, get rejected from the golden pocket, come back down, retest this previous resistance as support, consolidate, and have the next leg up into 2024. That obviously would be a very bullish outcome. Personally, I don't hold any Solana. I'm not planning to buy anytime soon. There are other altcoins that I'm looking at and dollar cost averaging into. If we take a look at the weekly stochastic, you can see that we are in the oversold, or we're trying to recover from the oversold below the index of 20. So this is a great buying opportunity, just like this was a great buying opportunity when we were sitting down here from November up until January 2023. So that is something to consider as well. If you're planning to enter Solana for quite a while, this is your opportunity. And obviously the weekly RSI is pulling back down as well. What you could also be targeting here is this previous descending resistance trend line that we broke above in January, but we haven't seen a back test of support. So we might come back down here sometime in July, maybe, if we continue down after the next FOMC meeting. No one knows what's going to be happening. I'm just preparing you for all, possibilities here. I do think there's a good chance that we might dump before we get to the next rally in August, September. There's a good chance of that happening, but I think by the end of the year, we're gonna go through all the dumps. I don't think we're gonna have any major flash crashes in 2024, at least not before we start the major move to the upside, getting closer to the halving. But that's just what I think. Obviously, time will tell. Hopefully you guys learned something useful in this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a like just to spread the word and help the video get out there, because it does help the algorithm. So feel free to support the channel. Check out the links down below in the description. Let me know what are your long-term targets for Solana, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Goodbye and good night.